What's going on, YouTube? What is going on, man? Appreciate you guys for joining my channel. This is Out Here Trucking, man. Pretty much done for the day. Headed back. Probably got about another hour left to drive. And just want to let you guys know about a little story time, man. Like I said in a previous video, every now and again, I'm going to be just telling you, different stories that I had of, when I first started out. And it basically is just things to do, things not to do. Thank you guys for subbing to my channel or checking out my videos, liking, sharing my videos, leaving comments. All the feedback is greatly appreciated, man. So, like I said, I'm going to just keep pumping out this content, man. And hopefully it can help somebody as they begin their trucking journey. Like I said in one of my oldest previous videos, every now and again I'm gonna do a little story time where I pretty much tell you about something that happened to me when I first started out that I don't never want nothing to happen to anybody else. Hopefully you guys can learn from my mistakes, man. But of course, you'll have your own stories to tell as you continue in the trucking industry. But this particular one, man, I want to say I think I was in Pennsylvania, but I was like somewhere north, like deep in Pennsylvania, and I was at this shipper. This had to have been probably my second week out. So again, I wasn't, I wasn't that great at managing my time just yet, because I'm still getting used to it. It's only my second week. I'm just still getting used to everything. The particular company I worked for at that time, they always wanted all of our loads tarped, regardless if the customer wanted tarped or not, they wanted all of the loads tarped. And so me trying to, go by the book, I'm already running out of time. I'm at the shipper. Now, I already looked up on the, on I think my GPS or my phone at the time, that I was literally like maybe about 2 miles down the street from a pilot, but it was already like kind of late in the day. So my thing was, I was trying to hurry up, get loaded, strap the load down, tarp the load, and then hurry up and get over to the truck stop, and pray that basically there's at least one spot left. So I'm hurrying, and anybody who knows, like, if you're not that knowledgeable about tarping, man, they can. Those guys can load you up. Let's say you get lumber or something like that. Those guys can load you up in less than 10 minutes if you want to. But tarping, man, tarping can take you anywhere from 30 minutes to a whole nother hour, depending on how good you are. And like I said, this was my second week, so I'm trying my best. to tarp the load, strap everything down, and make it over to the truck stop. So I finally do that. I get into the truck stop. Never been there before. Again, I was somewhere in Pennsylvania, and I wasn't even familiar with the area. So as I'm pulling in, I'll immediately pull to the left where I see, all the trucks parking. I'm going around a lot. Now, remember, I said in the previous video, me personally, when I was over the road, I chose to personally try to sleep at a Flying J. If I couldn't find a Flying J, I would look for a Petro. If I couldn't find a Petro, then I would look for a TA. If I couldn't find a TA, I would look for either a Love's or a Pilot. But Pilot, I always look for them last, because from my experience, now I don't know how it is all the way over west, but from my experience over here in the northeast and the southeast, Pilots, man, they suck. And the reason why they suck, because they be having like 50 parks, 60 parks. There's only one I know that has like 400 parking spaces, and that's the one in Emporia, Virginia. I think it's off of it's 95 southbound or northbound, depending on if you're coming from North Carolina or heading down. I want to say it might be like somewhere near exit 11, but it's not too far from the state line of North Carolina. That's the only part I know that has parking in abundance. But but it ain't. That's all I could find at the time. I was already over my 14-hour clock, I go in, I'm looking. Man, every single that place must have had only maybe about 50 parks. That was it. Every single one of them was taken. So, in my mind, I'm new. I'm kind of panicking because I'm thinking, oh, my time. You know, I'm in violation. I'm thinking I'm going to get in trouble or something like that. And so, as an impulse, as I thought I was getting ready to leave, but I made a left and I saw more trucks in a different direction. Now, I did not do a thorough scan of the direction I was going. Remember, I'm running out of time. I'm a new driver. It's my second week out. And I just made an impulsive decision, man. And what I ended up doing is, so I made a left and I went around and I realized, oh crap, I can't go anywhere because, the pilot, the inside of the pilot building was right there. To my right was the fuel island, but I was facing in the direction where all the trucks were going to come out of the fuel island. And I was like, I made a really big mistake, man, by making a impulsive decision and rushing. So, man, what I ended up doing, and I think a couple of beads of sweat were coming down my forehead as well. I did see a couple of drivers laughing because everybody knows, at these truck stops, everybody can tell if you're a rookie driver or not. So obviously they knew I was a rookie driver. I saw a couple of people pointing, making jokes. I'm sweating, so I started to back up. And what I would have had to do was basically blindside back all the way down until I got back into an opening. But number one, like I said, I was a rookie driver. My second week, I wasn't comfortable blindsiding. So what I did was I backed up. I backed my tractor and trailer all the way up as far as I could. I got as far over to the left as I could. And, I mean, it was just nothing but a miracle that I was able to make a right and go into the fuel aisle where there was no truck or, waiting or anything like that. The only thing is I had to be careful because as I was making that right, my trailer was getting ready to hit the front of a truck. And I heard the driver, he came down on his air horn. I was like, hold on. He wasn't being, rude or anything. He was just trying to help me out. He was like, hold on. And so he got in his truck. He backed up a little bit. And I was able to make the right and go into, so like I said, you got all the trucks facing this way. I'm going this way. I was able to make that right and go in the opposite direction of the fuel island. And what I ended up doing was just going 2 miles right back up to the shipper and sleeping outside. The whole time in my mind, I'm thinking I got to get to the truck stop. But sometimes you're not going to be able to get to a truck stop, guys. And you might have to go that night without a shower, That's why it's very important to keep, some snacks, some goodies. Now, if I was smart, I would have invested my money in a refrigerator when I first started. But I thought, I didn't need it. I'll just sleep at the truck stop, and they got restaurants there. Most of them do. I eat that food. Number one, that's a horrible idea, because truck stop food is junk. All they have is pizza. Sometimes they'll have fried food like fried chicken. You might get some macaroni or some greens or something like that, but for the most part, they just have like dozens and dozens and dozens of pizza. They got a sandwich. Sometimes they do have salads, the prepackaged salads, but those aren't already the best. And then of course you're gonna get tired of eating those. And not all truck stops have a restaurant. Sometimes they'll have a Denny's, or sometimes they'll have like maybe not a restaurant, but they'll have like a Subway or a Wendy's or something like that. Not all the time, but I really should have invested into a refrigerator. Number one, I would have saved so much money because I had the typical routine when I was over the road. I make my delivery first thing in the morning, go to the shipper, and hurry up and get to as far down the road as I can. If I can make it to my next delivery in time, I would do that. That way I'll be already ahead of schedule. If I couldn't, I used to start at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So when 2 o'clock came, you best believe I was looking for a place to shut down, because I wanted to get to the truck stop as fast as possible, because truck stops get crowded. And again, you don't want to go through that situation that I explained in my other video, but guys start creating spots and block you in. So yeah, man, that was pretty much my routine. But yeah, like I was saying, I would do that. I go in there, I give me a shower, I would get something to eat. Normally I got like 2 slices of pizza. If I was down south, for some reason down south, they actually will serve, they got actual like cold beer in their truck stops. So, I was drinking beer. And if you do that, that's cool if you're shutting down and you're not going to be driving for the next 10 hours, just always make sure first thing in the morning before you get started, always make sure you get rid of your beer cans. Put them in a plastic bag or something like that, and then actually dump them in a trash can. You don't want to get caught with empty beer cans in your cab, because that's a no-no. But yeah, man, that was my routine. And so I would have saved, if I had my refrigerator, I would have saved so much money, and I wouldn't have gained as much weight as I did within my first 6 months. Guys, we're truck drivers. For the most part, the majority of your day is going to be spent driving. That was one of the reasons why I also decided to be a flatbedder, because there is a level of physical activity in flatbedding. Of course, you need, in order to maintain a healthy lifestyle, you got to watch what you eat, and you got to try to do some type of cardio. I wasn't doing any cardio, but there is a physical aspect of being a flatbedder, so I was cool on that. But it's just, I gained, man, I think I gained at least within the first 6 months. I went from like 190 pounds probably to like, I want to say 205 or 210, man. I mean, easy. Like it was sad, but yeah, I should have invested into the refrigerator. That way I could have went to the market, got all my food I needed for that week, fresh fruits and stuff and vegetables, put them in my refrigerator, and then I would have been good to go. But yeah, man, that's just a nice little interesting story, man. So to fast forward back to the story, I was able to get myself out of that jam, which I never made that mistake again. And I actually went back. I slept at the shipper, and there was plenty of room. I mean, it was wide, and nobody bothered me. No, security guards didn't bother me or nothing. Like I said, I had snacks there, and I was able to get me a good night's sleep. And I went on about it in the morning, delivered my load, and that was it, man. So that's just one of my crazy stories that happened out there, man. And I think I'm gonna do a video too on things essential stuff that you should keep in your cab, man. As you're a new driver and you first start getting out there on the road, man. Definitely, of course, you gotta have your toiletries, because again, every time you're not gonna always be able to get to a truck stop. So of course you gotta have your toiletries, you gotta have your snacks. I had a TV and an Xbox in mine at the time, because I ain't about to sit there and read all day, which, of course, ain't nothing wrong with reading. Reading is great for your brain. But, sometimes I'll just sit back, I'll pop in a DVD or a movie or something like that. Sometimes I'll just hop on the Xbox, probably play college football or, so. Yeah, but I'll do another, a more in-depth, detailed video on what you should bring in your cab as you're a new driver, man, at another time, man. So, hope you guys enjoyed that story. It was, I really wish I had. I tried to paint the picture of it so you can really see it, but it was crazy, man. I was sweating my ass off. So, hey, man, appreciate you guys for joining my channel. I'm gonna keep the stories coming. You guys be safe out there. Good luck if you're in school. Be safe if you already graduated and you with a company now and you just now getting started. I'll keep you guys posted on some more videos. And until next time, man, I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.